There's one good thing about Thanksgiving, and it's the food. And if you're vegan, you might have struggled in the past, but we're here to show you some good vegan recipes. Maybe you're making this for yourself. Maybe you're a kind soul and you are going to make this for someone who's vegan coming to your Thanksgiving. Either way, I'm here to give you some of my favorite recipes. We are going to start with a garlic cashew cheese dip. This is super delicious. So you're going to want to soak your cashews overnight for this, not more than 12 hours. We need lemon juice and salt and some spices. Basically, you're just going to grab your food processor and you're going to throw your cashews in there after they've been soaked and rinsed. If they turn purple, you've soaked them too long and your cheese might be a little purple, but it's fine. It's going to be flopping around in the food processor sounds like a cake batter. You want it really, really smooth. I processed it for about 2 minutes. All the specific instructions are down below in the recipe. So I just added some herbs to this as well, and topped it with a little bit of thyme. And I just served this up with some Triscuits. I don't think they were Triscuits. I don't know what brand they were. They were crackers. They were like black pepper crackers. Now we are going to move on to our holiday roasted cauliflower. Kind of tastes like turkey, but it's a cauliflower. So we need earth balance for this. You're going to melt it in your microwave or however you like to melt your butter. And we need Worcestershire sauce. Make sure you get vegan Worcestershire sauce. This brand is vegan. However much garlic you like, you know? Who am I to tell you how much garlic you should put in this? And I also use some Minimalist Baker's cashew parmesan. And then we have our seasonings. All the specifics are below. I add maple syrup and then some vinegar. The vinegar really helps balance the flavors out, gives it some acidity. So we're gonna fill the bottom of the cauliflower with a little bit of our seasoning mix and shake it up and get it all in there. And then I started at the top and then I realized I probably should have started on the bottom. But you're basically just gonna coat this bad boy in a decent amount of this. You don't want to use all of it though. So we're gonna coat the cauliflower top and bottom. I ended up having to flip mine over eventually. This is like an art project, so get your Bob Ross on and paint this cauliflower head. So we're going to bake that in the oven. Halfway through baking, we are going to coat it again in our seasoning mix. Let's move on to our sweet potato stuffing. I don't know how traditional this recipe is, but it starts with some traditional ingredients. We've got our breadcrumbs, garlic, onion, celery, herbs. I use sage, and now we're going to use our Better Than Bouillon no chicken base. It's a vegan chicken broth. Mix that with water. There's a sweet potato that I have already baked in the oven, and then we're going to use some cranberries. I chopped them up lightly, and some pumpkin seeds as well. And this is just all the ingredients for the stuffing. So before we get to putting it in the oven and mixing it, we're going to put our onions on the stove and we're going to soften those a little bit. We are going to add our sweet potatoes after a couple minutes on the stove, and then add your celery, mix that up for a little, add some garlic, but you want to let everything get fragrant and soft. And your baking dish, add your breadcrumbs, herbs, spices, cranberries, our pumpkin seeds. We're going to basically just throw all the ingredients in here. Not too complicated. I mixed it up a little bit before I put the broth on. I don't know why. Add your veggie broth, and then you're going to toss it all together and just get it really well incorporated, because if you leave any breadcrumbs dry, they burn. So, and then that's it baked. It doesn't look very different, but it's delicious. Now I'm going to show you how to make some gravy to go with all this stuff. So we're going to use equal parts cashew milk, water. I added soy sauce. I added some of the no chicken bouillon, some flour. And then of course there's spices added to it as well. Nooch. So you're going to mix that up. You want to really mix your gravy so it's not chunky. Oh, that's the finished stuffing. And then we have our finished cauliflower plated all nice for us. As you can see, it's nice and tender. Yeah, that's a beautiful looking meal right there. Now we're on to our delicious dessert. Cream cheese cauliflower shortcake. Sounds weird, but it was so good. So we're going to start with strawberries. You're going to chop those up. Biscuits. I used Minimalist Baker's biscuits. She's my favorite. Lemon juice. I used some vegan cream cheese. The recipe for that is below. Coconut cream that has been chilled in the fridge overnight. So we're going to add powdered sugar to our lemon juice and mix those up. And we're going to pour that right over our strawberries, and we're going to toss that up so it's well incorporated. So you're going to separate just the cream out of your coconut cream, none of that liquid. And we're going to whip that up, and we're going to set that aside as we prepare the cream cheese. So you're going to mix your cream cheese with some powdered sugar and vanilla, basically. I think I also added a pinch of salt. And then you're going to whip it up with your hand mixer. And now we're going to fold in our coconut cream that you had set on the side. So just fold that in until it's all one color. You don't want to, the more you mix this, the less air is going to stay in it, and we want it whipped up and nice like a Cool Whip. So we're going to layer those up here with your cream cheese frosting stuff, and I just broke up the biscuits. You can really plate this like any way you want. I just thought this looked nice. I just wanted to show you guys how I plated and served these in case you wanted some ideas for your parties or whatever you're doing. So I just added some like herbs and crackers and grapes to a plate with the cheese. And then we have our cauliflower, which is beautiful on its own. You could also cut it into 4 wedges and like serve it as like a big chunk of cauliflower. And then here's our tall strawberry shortcakes. Thank you so much for watching this video. I wanted to wish each and every one of you a happy holiday season. I know that the holidays can be tough for a lot of people. I know that family is a big part of holidays and food can be tricky. So I hope that each and every one of you has a decent holiday season, and if not decent, I hope you have a good holiday season. And if it's not decent or good, then I hope you get through it, and I'll be thinking of you. The holidays are so tricky because you see all these people loving life on social media and all these things, and if the holidays suck for you, I just want you to know that you're not alone in that. And even if it feels like that, not a lot of people tweet and share about how shitty the holidays are, but the holidays aren't an easy time for me, and I just hope that if they're not an easy time for you, just know you're not alone and you're gonna get through it just fine. And I just wanted to say thank you to every single one of you who's been watching my videos, every single one of you who likes and comments and shares me on Facebook and retweets me. I appreciate you all, and I really, really hope that you enjoy your Thanksgiving, enjoy your holidays, whatever you celebrate. I just wish you all the best. Thank you so much.